aren't emotional. Men are logical. Like so, when we deal with women, when we deal with y'all and y'all emotions, you don't think we're emotional. We have to deal with your emotions. It's just the difference is that we have to eternalize our emotions because if we allow our emotions to come outside like you guys do, then we're being equatable or equated to a female.
And there go my boy Thomas done showed up. Kaboom! But guess who stepped in the room?
The damn devil.
Oh God.
The demon seed of candid conversations.
You didn't say it.
Thomas, I just want to know why would you just automatically assume she wants to fornicate because a woman asked you out on a date?
Because it
Please
doesn't happen every
help
day.
me understand.
It doesn't happen every day. That's why.
Yeah, I wouldn't assume that. I wouldn't assume
I've been
it.
out. I have definitely been out.
Exactly, Pinky. Like Thomas is off the chain.
Yeah,
I
I
have
wouldn't
been
just
out.
assume that.
What we go through compared to and then we're gonna get back on topic, but what we go through as men and women is it can be along the same lines, but understand that men we go through it. Just I think we go through the stuff that we go through is more common than what you would say. Okay, a woman has to go through when it's a man dealing with a man than what a man has to go through when we deal with women. Like,
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing today? Yes, Derek is not here, so y'all stuck with me. Your wonderful host, Kyra. How y'all doing? I hope everybody had a great, wonderful, productive, happy day. I didn't, but we gonna make it work with whatever we got. So we are late as usual. So let's get this party popping. Let's get Mr. Roshan, Mr. Firefighter of the Year, up here on the stage.
You already know. You already know.
What's going on?
What up, everybody? I don't know. Open this bag. I got my I bought a bunch of them Yeezy. What is it? Yeezy boot thingies.
Oh God. Why would you do that?
I went on the website. So I bought everybody a pair. I bought 6 pairs. I bought 6 pairs. I don't think I'll ever wear them.
Yeah. I hope
I'll resell them once they take them off the site. You see me in that? I look like an L.
No, I cannot see you wearing that. So
they came in today. It took 6 months to get them. They came today, so that's what I've been doing since I've been in.
Oh, alrighty then. Well,
what up, y'all?
Don't ever put them on.
Can you imagine if I put them on? If I put them on, I'm gonna do that to Michael Jackson when he stand on his tippy toes. See that? I bought a whole.
Oh, that's.
They may be worth something. Who knows?
No.
You know how the sneaker game is. No.
No.
Whatever.
Don't nobody like him no more.
It may change.
They cancel him.
You can't cancel him.
They canceled him.
I don't agree. You can't cancel Kanye.
They said that they ain't got no love for Yeezy.
We'll work it out. Well, I got 6 pair of those boot thingies. So we're gonna work it out.
Oh God, them red boots.
Uh-huh.
I said those red boots that everybody was wearing.
I ain't doing that. I bought the what is they called? The Yeezy pods.
Oh Lord,
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm not messing with you, Sean. Not
I mean,
messing
the kids wanted them. So it was
with
being
you.
dad. It was being dad and just bought them for everybody.
On my body, y'all see that sign on at the bottom? Is blood thicker than water? It's a nice topic. And
Oh
yeah,
boy.
this is going to be a fun topic though. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, we all know blood ain't thicker than water. But, you know, everybody got their own opinion about it. I know I got mine.
Absolutely no comment. Just touch it.
I don't give a damn.
I know.
I'll tell you in a heartbeat, go to hell.
I know.
I don't got time for family that ain't family. I'm sorry, but that's
It's
just
like
how.
it's like they said in a rap song back in the day. Blood thicker than water, only in certain cases. You need water to live. You learn that in the basics. So
Go ahead, Sean, spit that hot fire.
that was an old lock. That was an old locks verse.
Well,
And I agree with that.
in my eyes, forever and ever and ever, blood is not thicker than water. But we are going to get to one video that I particularly is going to particularly explain the actual saying.
The full quote of blood is thicker than water is, the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb, meaning chosen bonds are more significant than the bonds of family or water of the womb. So people misuse that all the time.
So there you have it.
But I did see there's different interpretations of it. Because I did see another interpretation of it to where it was extended to whereas it was the opposite of what he was saying.
The opposite.
Yeah, because he was saying about water, right?
Uh-huh. Which basically what he's saying is that the blood isn't thicker than water. The family that the people that you choose to call family is stronger than the family that you are born with.
Yes, and I've seen the interpretation that was the opposite to where it was, blood is thicker than water. So, I mean, I think it's situational, but we can get into it. In this case by case basis.
And I know that. Oh, you know what? I'm so rude. Derek is coming, y'all. He just running a little late. I'm so sorry. I forgot to say that. Yes, Derek is coming, but he's just running a little on a tad late this time, which is okay. He'll join us when he got the time. Hey Pinky. Pinky says blood. Pinky says blood makes you relatives. Loyalty makes you related. Okay, I'm very funny, and this is just my personal opinion, my personal experience. Sean may not like it because there's many people, I don't know if everybody know this, but me and Sean are actually blood cousins. And I love my cousins. I consider him my family. But the rest of that family, let me tell y'all something about them Davises. Hey, I love some of my family, but some of them could go straight to the gutter. They're evil.
That's why I say it's situational. It's a case by case basis.
Not when it's damn near the whole family.
Well, what are you comparing it to?
One side against the other.
That's the other side. The other side is still family.
Yes, and those are the people I consider my family. Like, I pick and choose who I call my family. I pick and choose who I call my family, and I pick and choose of who I say, okay, yeah, we related. So
I think that's just a play on words.
Bloodline, but I don't consider these people family. I don't talk to you. You don't know me. You don't know my kids. We ain't never hang. Like, how can you call yourself family?
I get it.
Even say you love your whole family when you don't even know half of them.
I get it. I just think that's nuance. We know what relations is. We know what related to means. We picking and choosing. That's something that we just choose to do. But your family is your family.
Because family could be foul as hell.
But I'm just saying. Your relatives is your relatives.
You see what Pinky said?
I see. Your relatives is your relative, and that's if we're gonna go off of wordings and terminologies. It is what it is. Yes, there's nuances that we say. Oh well, blood family is this, but the word playing that we do. I get it.
Yeah, but you
know what I mean?
I just can't. I can't. And I feel and I understand, like Tawana said, I can't understand why we as family just not doing normal things as family anymore. It seems like people really can care less. And I think that's just what it is. Because some families will just do you dirty. Like, I'm very selective. If I have a get together, everybody ain't invited to my get together, and I could care less how they feel about it. I'm not inviting you to something that I gotta pay. If I gotta pay my money for it, and I don't want to be around you, you ain't coming. You want to be mad about it? That's your business. I don't got nothing to do with that. I don't know.
I mean, can we look at it to where we failed and dropped the ball? Because you take me, you, Tawana, I don't know how old Pinky is, but we are the generation that should be taking, the ball right now and handling the family, reunions and the family gatherings and stuff like that, where we were just so used to just showing up, getting the invitation. Now, we're getting older, and those people that used to handle it, they're older now. Some of them is passed on. So we're supposed to take the ball and run with it, but we may not be doing a great job of it. I just was just circulating today, like with myself and a couple others and yourself, that, and even Tawana, I gotta hit her, that at the end of the month, I'm gonna have a gathering at my house, to have everybody come over, and we have a bunch of food, open a pool up, the kids can go swimming in the pool, we have music and stuff like that. But if we don't create those moments, whose fault is that?
You could create the moment. I just don't want to be around certain people.
I get that, but even if we don't want to be around certain people, we're still not creating the moments, those functions, those gatherings. We do more, just wanting to go out, versus creating, like a family reunion, a family gathering, an outing, game nights, and going bowling with the family, and all the stuff like that. That used to be who is our elders now. They used to hold family. That's the past generations. We dropping the ball. That's us. We supposed to be handling that now, but we're not.
No, we not. Because we don't like each other.
That's not true. That's not true.
It is true. Because that's why people don't do certain things like that anymore, because it's more, to me, it's like family against family. That's basically what it is. Because I don't have, like, my family is not my competition. The same way I want to see you grow, you should want to see me grow. The same way I want to see you successful, you should want the same for me. The same way I would support you, you should be supporting me. That's what it's, but you don't get that no more. Back in those days when we was little kids and we used to have the cookouts all the time and card games, all types of stuff. That stuff don't happen no more. I think
you're focusing on the negative versus the positive. That's like when we was on the phone. That's like when we was on the phone today, right? And I was like, okay, I just came from Wildwood, accepting my Firefighter of the Year award, which it's 3 tiers. I didn't realize it's district, it's state, and I won the national. So we just want to throw that out there. But when I was in Wildwood, what did I say to you? I was like, yo, I ain't been out here in a minute. It's nice. You know what? Let's say if we grab a bus, and instead of, we ain't got to try to make money off of it, but everybody just chip in to rent a bus, and, all of us, just take a trip down to Wildwood. It don't have to be this big fold out family reunion type thing. Just grab a bus and everybody if we get 30 people, we get 50 people, you just divvy up what that bus is and we just haul ass and chill out for the day. But I don't think even with the people, this is what I'm saying, even with the people that we're cool with, we're not creating moments like this. Like, forget the people, and that's why I said I think you're focusing on a negative. I think you're focusing on the people that you may not care for. And that's what I'm saying. Some of us grew up around toxic people and want better for our children, so we can take them away. Yeah, so let's focus on the people that we're good with, the people that we're cool with. You know what I mean? And create better moments, create better environments. Because sitting at the house with my boys, or you sitting at the house with your girls, or and just drinking and smoking weed or smoking this, that, and the third, that's not creating great moments and environments.
Oh, absolutely not. And
that's just us chilling. That's just us chilling. So when do the progressive ones put all of that to the side to create moments with the progressive ones? To build that blood,
you got to have that you got to have people that's going to want to do that.
We have it. We just lazy. We ain't doing it. We have those people.
Well, I always say, you got your mother's side, you got your father's side. So on my mom's side,
that's separatism right there. But go ahead.
Yeah. But on my mom's side, we do stuff like that. My cousins, we got a group chat, and somebody always throwing something in the group chat about getting together and things like that. So whoever could go. Whoever can't go. That's on my mama's side. Now on my father's side, it's something different.
I get it. I just don't see as much energy being thrown into creating.
And it is separate, but at the end of the day, sometimes it's just like that, because you got your mom's side, you got your father's side. So it's not like in some families, those two sides just don't connect.
Because of the nonsense of maybe the two parents in that separatism. The reason why a lot of The reason why a lot of the times we're closer to our mother's side is because we spent more time with our mother. We was raised in house with our mother. You know, daddy was, you know, pick us up, you know, see you sporadically. You know what I mean? But you spend most of the time with our mother's side because we lived with our mother. 80% of our children is in the mother's home. I mean, so we're always mom on the phone with her sister, her cousin. We're going to my cousin's house. We're going to the cookout by my cousin's house. That's just, you know, that's just the reality of it. You know, that because you can ask a lot of people, they're closer to their mom's side because they're more available. And it's not because of neglect, it's because of geographics. You live with your mom.
Mm-hmm.
That's just what it is.
But now I don't know what's dysfunctional about my family because I had both parents in the house and I still navigated more towards my mom's side than my father's side. Why that was, I have no idea. But you know, everybody was invited to the cookouts. So it's just that you know, one side chose to come and the other side just didn't. So of course that caused a gap because then you know you don't really get to know who your family is on the opposite side.
I mean, at the same time, I've witnessed that one side don't make it fully comfortable for the other side. Because if you got mommy's side or daddy's side, whatever side you're with, you're cohabitating with, or that's residential, and let's say they just talking trash about the other side, or there's a beef, or there's visitation, or there's, you know, that creates separatism.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because you know you're going to pick your son's side if your son had a child and he got visitation and the mom don't want him to see the kids and such, this, that, and the third. It's gonna create all types of separatism. So all of that comes into play. It's not just they don't want to come. Maybe the environment is toxic. Maybe it's not a healthy environment that we are creating. Once again, we're dropping the ball. Because I'm a firm believer in you don't have to be enemies to co-parent. You don't have to be enemies to co-parent. You know what I mean? Crazy. Like you can agree to disagree on certain things, but you know, when it comes time to family,
definitely can. I think my mom's side versus. I think on my mom's side versus my dad's side, it was more of a religious thing when we were little. Now we grown, so if that really don't count no more because my grandfather and my grandmother was Jehovah's Witnesses. So and my mom, so you know they didn't enter. It's like it's different. Jehovah's Witnesses, they is different.
So there you go. There's your separatism. It wasn't just because one didn't want to and the other one did. Sometimes there's a reason why it's a breakdown in the family dynamic and you spend more time with one than the other.
So I don't know what I'm talking about. It's just different. That's a different type of upbringing. Social media is tore people apart. I think so too. I believe that.
Well, not just social media. We create the moments in social media. We mishandle.
The reason that I think that sometimes when it comes to family and why people could care less about one versus the other, sometimes your family members, not all of them, but some of them, can be negative. They can be
true.
And I think that's another reason why cousins don't know cousins. Like my kids, they know some of their family members, they know some of their cousins, but they don't know all of their cousins. And it just gets to a point where as you grow up and you see how your family is, you don't really want your kids to be subjected to that type of to those type of people. You just don't want them being subjected to it. It's bad enough you had to be subjected to it. I'm not going to subject my kids. Not happening. One thing you can never do is play with my kids.
I hear you.
It's not going to be I ain't showing up. I'm gonna show up at the wrong place.
I hear you, but at the same time, because you know, I have a program called Fathers for Fathers,
yes,
who teach fathers, their rights in the family court system, and I'm gonna be 100% honest with you that not all stories are true. Not every breakup is easy. And sometimes a breakup is led by bullshit. Well, what comes after the breakup? The breakup can be we just agree to disagree, we're going our separate ways. But then one side don't like the way that it's going, so they make the other side the bad guy. And what a lot of times that I've seen is children form allegiances. They form allegiances to whereas they don't want to hurt one parent by, mingling or chilling with the other parent. A lot of times that happens. There's a lot of lies that's being told. There's a lot of agendas that's on the table. You know what I mean? To whereas, oh, he left me or she left me, it was because of negativity. Versus we just didn't, we just couldn't get it right. And one person is mad now, so I'm not gonna let you see your kid. But now the kid is being told all of this nonsense. So the kid believes
I get that part.
So a lot of times it's not just I don't like that side or I don't care for that side. Sometimes there's a story behind it. There's a story behind it, and I've seen it hundreds of times. And then eventually, when all sides are told, when everything comes out, it wasn't even what it was put out there to be. It was all lies. It was all nonsense. I've seen it.
It's just like Carla T says. Some family members mistreat people as in the black sheep. They will treat the offspring of that person the same way. I would never subject my children to that.
I've seen that.
I agree with that.
Here's the thing.
I've seen that. Yeah. I've seen sons get treated negative because they look like their father.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna be shit, just like your father ain't gonna be shit. I've seen and heard that.
Yeah.
So what do you think? My point is, what do you think is going to happen with that side of the family? Now, you keeping your son or your daughter, whether you're the father or the mother, you're keeping your son or your daughter away from the father or the mother. What do you think is going to happen with that side of the family? You think they're going to embrace you and think that you're this wonderful person? But there's this separation.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing we have to stop doing. That whole subjecting our children to certain things, we got to stop that, because number one, the world, what our children come across ultimately molds our children and make them the adults that they're going to be. When you're sitting here, you steady coddling and you're steady trying to, we call ourselves trying to protect our children from certain things that the world, you can't protect them from the world. And a lot of times some of our first heartbreaks come from family, because if family can do it to you, then what do you expect from someone else outside? But when we sit outside, when we call ourselves protecting our kids from our family, but we can't protect them from a stranger, we're doing our children damage. We're doing more damage to our children than what we need to. You need to let your children experience the things. We look at ourselves and we say to ourselves a lot, we say, oh, I went through this, so therefore I don't want my children to go through this. But then you look at yourself and you say, hey, who are you? Who am I? Am I that jacked up that I don't want my kids to be me? I want my kids to be better than me. So if I want my kids to be better than me, that means they're going to have to go through what I went through and come out with make better decisions than the decisions I made. But if I shield them from the decisions I made and the things that I went through, if I shield them from that, they can never be better than.
I think what I was adding to that was, a lot of times you say you're protecting your child. Let's say I'm talking about family, mother, father, mother. You're protecting the child from this, whatever's over there, but it's for your selfish reasons and it's lies. But then what do you expect going to come from that family? What you think that family going to say? Oh, I'm still going to love this person even though, you know, they talking negative about my child? Of course it's not necessary. It's not all the time, but it happens. You know what I mean? It's true. We can't say it's not necessarily true. It's definitely true. It happens. And you have children that create allegiances with the residential parent because maybe the parent, like Derek said, is coddling them. I'm going to buy you this PlayStation. I've seen parents make children lie to say, I don't want you going over there. Tell them this or tell them that. You know what I mean? So that's why I say that sometimes we're the failures, because we're not doing exactly what we're supposed to be doing. We're not going the extra mile like Big Mama. Big Mama was different. Ain't no Big Mamas now.
Mm-hmm.
Just like a Pop. A lot of those, that's gone because we're selfish. It's all about what we want and what we think and what we feel, not what is best for the child. Sometimes what's best for the child is for you to put your selfishness up and allow that child to grow up with the other side of the family and not keep that child away from the other side because you want to prove a point.
Absolutely. And y'all gonna mess around. Let's keep it real. Y'all gonna mess around.
I definitely understand what you're saying. Like, and that is true. You shouldn't keep your family from their other side of the family or whatever, the father side, mother side, whoever side. You shouldn't. But just like, you know, Derek, you say, oh, you gotta, you know, let your kids go through the same things that you went through. That all depends on the age they are. Because what
you're going through.
You're not going, it, like I said, depends on their ages, because you do have very mean people that surround your kids. Right. So if my child is a child, I'm not subjecting my child to some toxic ass person talking about them or calling them names or whatever the situation may be. We're not doing that, especially at a young age. Now, when they get older, that's something different. But when you're a child, that's a whole nother different situation. And I had
Carl, I thought that was for me. My apology.
So let me ask you this: so when you went through it, did you go through it as a child? Whatever you're saying, these toxic people, because first of all, most toxic people, other than when we start getting into crazy traumas or misdealings of children, that where the law has come in, most times when you run into the toxicity and deal with the toxicity of a person, is not as young children. Is when you become older. Is when quote unquote that teenager starts to smell itself or smell herself. So then you start seeing that toxicity when you're around when that snarl is a little sharper. Most times with kids, when we talk about little kids, you don't see adults just being outright mean to little kids all the time.
Well, maybe
majority of time we keep our smaller kids away from the quote unquote mean people is because we don't like the mean people, and we say they got one time to say something to mine.
They do.
So as Roshon said,
that doesn't mean that I'm gonna keep. That doesn't mean that I'm going to keep my child away. That's just like if it's a cookout and I don't get along with certain people, I'll call one of my other cousins and be like, "Oh, you want to come get the kids?" I may not go, but I will let my kids go because it's up to them to pick and choose who they choose to be around or who they choose not to be around when they're old enough to do so.
Right.
But when they're kids. Absolutely not, because I'll be knocking on somebody's damn door. You're not going to mistreat my child or my children. That's not happening ever in life. Now, when they older and they want to go around it because they could go, and if I choose not to go, I won't go, but I will send my kids. I will call somebody up in a heartbeat and be like, oh, you want to come get the kids? But they know that when my child is with them, they are responsible for my child.
Right. But understand this. We're going to mess around and we're going to keeping our kids away from certain family members or not knowing their cousins and not knowing the stuff. And then when they show up to your front door with their cousin as their girlfriend or their boyfriend, then
I was just about to say that.
It's gonna happen anyway because family just ain't family no more. It's a lot of my male cousins that have almost accidentally dated their family member. You bring them to the cookout and you looking like, what you doing here? Like, you know what I'm saying? Right. So it happens.
It does happen, but now it's going to happen more, and we keep down this road because when Mima and Big Mama and them, they knew that Auntie Cleopatra was mean. They knew that Uncle Cleophas wasn't good, wasn't worth nothing. But family meant more than those individual people.
Yeah. So the mean aunt.
To bring those people together. Everybody got the mean aunt. Everybody got the alcoholic aunt that drink. Everybody got the mean aunt, that the phony aunt that look at you and smile in your face as soon as you walk off, say something crazy. Mm-hmm. Everybody got that questionable uncle that not to leave your daughters around. Every family got these different makeups of it. But the fact of the matter is, family meant more than these individual personalities. Now we're letting these individual personalities pull us away from what family is supposed to be. But then we turn around and we make it okay that now your cousins is smashing each other because they never met each other. I agree completely with Roshon. I was late. I was later than what I was supposed to be because I was listening to what was being said, and Roshon was saying so good stuff. I was just getting caught up, and I was like, "Let me get on." I'm supposed to be on. My bad. So I ran downstairs. We have literally dropped the ball.
Yes, we did.
Dropped the ball. We are not doing family reunions. We don't have time for it. We don't. I done spoke to cousins. The only family reunion we have is when somebody die. Somebody die, we come together. It's a family reunion, and then what we say as soon as we get after the repast, you pack up your plate and you're like, we got to do this. We got to set something up. We shouldn't wait till somebody die to get together, and we don't see each other again until when? Until somebody die. We are dropping the ball, and we're setting a precedence for our children to say family is not important.
And I want to say that
we're in this place now where we're saying that water is now thicker than blood.
I want to say this. I think what we go through with family hurts more because we expect more. and we hold them to a different standard because I see some people are cool with some of the shadiest friends, but they don't like their cousin because of some dumb shit happened.
Right.
Well, I don't
But
know nothing about that. But
I'm not saying you. I'm just saying we all can identify with, because that's where the phrase come. The phrase, what is it? There's no honor amongst thieves.
Right.
And you already know that your friend is a this or a that. I mean, your homegirl is a this or a that. Your boy is a this or a that. You know, but because your cousin ain't give you your $5 back, she ain't shit. But your boy done did you dirty 100 times.
Mm-hmm.
But one weighs more than the other. And I get it. I just think we hold the two at two totally different standards. And we in two totally different respects.
Facts.
I mean, like my sister just had just commented. Me and my sister was turbulent for a minute. You know what I mean? Well, not for a minute, like off and on, we would be turbulent. I mean, but we always loved each other. It ain't going nowhere. I'll be mad, she'll be mad. But that's Wani and Shani. It ain't going nowhere. That's my sister. You got a problem, it's gonna get we gonna get it to popping. It's like how the projects used to be back in the day. Yeah, we have 4 buildings. You know, Tower, CCP. You have 4 buildings. We may argue amongst each other, but you come into that arena, we gonna jump your ass. Simple as that. So we have our, using my sister, we had our back and forths, our squabbles, our you know, we ain't talk for a month or this, that, and the third, but that's my sister. I ain't gonna choose my boy over my sister. I ain't gonna choose, you know, because I know what it means, what it truly means.
Right.
Like when it go down, I know, and I'm not saying that this is everybody and it works for everybody, but I know that if it go down, my sister, that wig coming off, them little braids, you gonna see them little braids, and she gonna go to war. And the same here. You're gonna have a problem. My little sister, Edith, you already know. You got a problem with her, you're gonna have a problem with me. I know it's not everybody, I know it's not every case, but I truly believe that we hold family to a different standard than friends. We don't, a lot of times, not saying all the time, a lot of times our friends don't have the same access to us as our family. They don't have the same access.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's, we see our, and some friends, we see them more than our family members. You know, but we do hold our family to a different standard. Look at her, still call me boo boo. I told you, stop. Like I'm your son. I ain't your little kid. I always tell her, I say, when you was 18 and I was 14, okay. But you being 50 and I'm 46 is different. But no, my sister, you ain't going at my sister. She ain't even gonna have to act on anything. Before she even blink, I'm on your ass. But that's just the way that I see things. But I truly believe, in closing on this, I truly believe that we hold a lot of times, not all the time. I know it ain't everybody, because we always do that. Not everybody, not all people, of course, that's the obvious. But I think we hold, a lot of us, you know, a lot of times we hold family to a different standard than we hold our friends, because some of our friends ain't shit, and we know our friends ain't shit. Yeah. They thieves, they drug dealers, they dogs, they whores, they They lie, they cheat, they steal, and we sit there and we drink and we smoke with them, but we'll sit there drinking and smoking with a dog and a whore and talk while talking about our brothers and our sisters and our cousins. I truly believe that. Give the other side the same grace.
And a lot of times it's based off of childhood memories or childhood trauma. And a lot of times, because we don't heal from childhood trauma, it's hard for us to forgive people who came up in a part of that trauma. That person is associated with that trauma. So therefore, Roshawn, who I grew up with or I may be cool with, I may offer him more grace because he's not connected to a trauma that my cousin Boom Boom is. So that's why it's crucial that we begin to heal from the traumas of our childhood and really start to sit down and look at some of these things. And because some of these things we don't even look at as trauma because it was just regular.
Yes, I agree.
So, but if you go send somebody chair, you'll realize that was a trauma. But we looked at it as regular because it was the norm. Culturally, it was our norm. But they were real life traumas that we have to first heal from before we can get to that place of being able to heal, to forgive, and to begin to build positive relationships with family.
Take it a step further. Take it a step further. How many times have you seen in a relationship somebody get beaten and battered? How somebody get cheated on?
Mm-hmm.
You know, over and over and over. But they take that person back every time.
Mm-hmm.
But you're mad at your cousin over some nonsense or something that you may be able to have a conversation about.
Right.
But that man done beat you over and over and over. So
That's different.
You said that's what?
I said that's different.
That's definitely not different. Because that's water. And what I'm saying is you will allow
the situation is different when you're talking about abuse and stuff like that. Like when you
No, I'm talking about forgiveness. I'm talking about forgiveness. You can forgive this person or stay with this person or go through this trauma over and over and over, go through this cheating and this beating over and over and over, but because something happened over here with your family member, you can't have the conversation there. You can't, reconcile there, but you can reconcile somebody cheating on you over and over and over.
It depends on the situation and it depends on the two people.
I said it in the beginning. It's always going to be situational. It's always going to be situational.
Sometimes you just be over it. It's just like, okay, it's just what it is.
Because I truly believe in, I truly believe in the buzzwords and deflection phrases. I truly believe in that, and I believe. Now, not everybody. No. Hold on. Let me say it. Let me say it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Now she was cutting you off this time.
And I'm giving it to her. That and God froze her. That God rebuked you. God rebuked you because you're wrong. And where Pinky at? See, Pinky, I told you. But no, is she like this too?
Right, she's still frozen.
That's God. Won't he do it? But no, I was saying to her is I'm talking about not just the action, but the forgiveness. The forgiveness. If this person cheating on you and you continue to be with this person, or this person beat you and you continue to be with this person, but your cousin did whatever, and you can't forgive over there, that's what I'm saying. Of course I'm not talking about the actions or the height of something. I'm talking about that. Of course, murder is different than cheating. Of course that. But if this man done cheated on you over and over and over and over and over and over and over, and you constantly take him back, which is water, but your cousin may have said something and they were out of line, and now you ain't talking to them because of something that they said, you're telling me you can't give your cousin the same grace as you give this man that lay down with another woman and possibly gave you something?
Right.
So we hold them to different standards.
We do.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that one is more righter. I'm just talking about giving grace. We don't give the same grace because we don't hold them to the same standards. I truly believe that.
And I agree with it. I agree with you 100%.
Did she get back yet?
Nope. Family will never be held to the same to the same standard as your friends and your family. And that's why when we say, that's why now the reality of blood being thicker than water, or thick water being thicker than blood, is for that very reason, because the standard that we hold people to is so warped now that you're gonna value things differently than when you value. You take things for granted when you know they gotta be there, right? This is my brother. He has to be my brother no matter what. So his loyalty doesn't carry as much weight for me than the loyalty of Roshan, who doesn't have to be there because he's not my brother.
Loyalty, that's right.
So you value that more because you say, "Hey, they don't have to be there." With family, you take it for granted. That's like the beautiful wife that's cooking and taking care of your family and doing all the rest of that stuff. But then somebody else come along who ain't doing jack for you, but saying, "Hey there, how you doing?" And you ready to bend over backwards to help to do anything that they need you to do. But when your wife's saying, "Hey, can you call out of work and spend some time with me?" You know, who gonna pay the bills? Blah blah this and blah blah that. We take things for granted because we expect them to be there. So then they're not valued. They're not held with that same value as someone who doesn't have to be there but chooses to be there.
And Pinky, yeah, I agree. That's what I'm saying. You're supposed to hold family to a different standard, but at the same time, you should also extend the same grace.
Mm-hmm.
Is what I'm saying.
Yep.
Extend them the same grace. If you wanna hold them to a different standard, then you give that grace to them. It's like the opposite. It's like you tolerate less than you'll tolerate your friends and your boyfriends and girlfriends.
Mm-hmm.
No.
He's speaking truth.
No. Here go another video.
There's a difference between family and relatives. Relatives are people you just bonded with by blood. It may be by marriage, things of that nature. But family is people who value you, that invest in you. You know what I'm saying? People you tell about their dreams and they do something actionable and you have that reciprocal relationship with. That is an action. And so that helps you break down who is family and who is relative. Sometimes it might become a short list like, damn, none of them is really family. They just related. And a lot of times you end up wanting your family to support, but they don't. That's not how it works. The people that's too close to the light get blinded by it. And so a stranger will support more because they'd be farther from you, but they see that light that you have is even touching them, and they can see how far it's going.
I saw that before. That's just nuanced phrases and terms. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's not factual. Your family is your family. There's a definition. Words mean things. We like to just say things because it's cool, because it sounds good. But words mean things. There's definitions to things. But we create nuanced words and phrases and terminologies that we want them to mean. So I get it. I saw that video before.
I just think for everybody, is different, and I get it,
Obvious.
but I'm not the extending grace. I give my family more grace than I give my friends. But at the end of the day, you keep spitting in my face. I'm just gonna continue to let you do it.
Oh no,
Absolutely
the
not.
obvious is the obvious. The obvious is the obvious, and if somebody is blatantly disrespecting you, then that's what it's supposed to be. You're supposed to deal with them a certain way. You're supposed to deal with things accordingly. But I'm talking about globally. I'm talking about on a broader perspective that a lot of times we give our friends and our boyfriends and girlfriends more grace than we give our family members. Just look at what we go through.
I'm not doing it. I'm not giving my thing. I'm not doing it. If I'm at the point, I ain't doing it. I'm at the point in my old ass life. If you want to be mean and vindictive and nasty and toxic, you can do that shit somewhere else.
I get it.
Don't bring it around me.
I get it.
Don't bring it around me. Don't bring it around the people that I hang around. Bring it. Just stay in your corner and be toxic by yourself. You ain't got to come and spoil the bunch with your toxicity. I ain't be for the bullshit, and that's just what it is. I don't care. I hold, and to be honest, my loyalty. I have more loyalty from my friends than I do my family, only because certain situations, certain things, and stuff like that
It's situational.
that has happened in my life. My friends rock hard as hell for me. When my family, they just sit there, look, and call and want to be damn it knows. So it's always a difference. Everybody, like you said, everything is situational. But in my eyes, I rock hard as hell with my friends. I don't rock that hard with my family. And that's just what it's going to always be.
I get it, but you're talking about certain people in certain situations.
Literally, I could
That's
count.
why I say. That's why I said it's situational.
Okay, but I'm both sides of my family. I got big ass family on both sides of my family. On my father's side, I got a big family. On my mother's side, I got a big family. And combining the two families, I can still count on my two hands how many of them I fuck with. It ain't much. And it ain't never gonna be much. But when
I get it, but I'll say this: you a little touched too.
No, I'm not touched. I treat people.
You're a little touched too.
No, I treat people how they treat me. When I was younger, I couldn't talk. You know, you had to stay in a child's place. But I'm
not all the time.
grown now, and I guarantee
not all the time.
With that nonsense, if you want to.
Not all the time. Not all the time. If you don't treat them how they treat you, you don't treat them how they treat you. You take it a step further. You go further. You take it a step further. We ain't gonna do this now. But everybody like, yeah, I'm her cousin. She take.
Oh, you trying to say I'll take it to the extreme?
I ain't say the extreme. I said you can take it a step further.
Exactly.
That's all I said.
I'm gonna let you know how I feel about you.
That ain't grace.
Like you're not gonna play in my face. You ain't getting it. I said that before. No, you ain't getting it.
I get it. What Chanel say?
You ain't getting it. Susie Peterson, that is my sister. That's my favorite white girl. I love my Susie, and I call her my sister because that's my sister. And I got more loyalty. I'm not saying like I don't have loyalty to my brother. Like my brothers and my sisters, those are my dogs. But that's my family. Susie,
I get it.
Could leave me forever. That's my dog. I could call Susie and Susie got it. I got it. If I got it, she got it. Ain't no competition. Ain't nobody hating. Nothing. More of my friends be on my podcast more than my family do. Go figure.
Yeah. I hear you.
But now says I think everyone should be weighed the same the same, family or not, because so many times family will use the fact that you're related as a cause to do you wrong and still have the expectancy that everything is cool because we're related without accountability.
I hear it, but I disagree because everybody's roles are different. Everybody's titles are different. Like my sister is my sister. My friend is my friend. You know, so my expectations are different from my sister. You know, if I'm having if I'm having a birthday blowout at a banquet hall, you know, there's going to be a VIP
Absolutely.
table. There's going to be a VIP table, and there's going to be regular people. If you win the lottery, there's going to be some people that get that check that's a little higher than other people over there. I mean, it's that's just the reality. Like, you know, your family is your family. Of course, there's some breakdown in it where you're not as cool as you should be. You know, of course.
We ain't never gonna be.
Like my friends from the military, you know, and we were overseas together. You got to fend for yourself. But I see them when I see them. You know what I mean? When my mom died, you know, you had people there for that moment. Me and my sister bear that burden every day. Me and my brother bear that every day. Like your friends are there sporadically and momentarily, but you know, my sister called me the other day, and me, my sister, my brother, my father, we was all on the phone together. We had to have a conversation about something that was hilarious. But she know when it come down to, you know, that it was call my father and my brothers. Maybe everybody don't have them type of relationships.
They probably
you know, but
just as Chanel says, my brother is my brother, but if he does not act like my brother, then what?
He's still your brother.
I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. That's I don't know what that means.
I
Chanel,
know what it means. It's just like family. Family, as everybody want to keep saying, family is your family.
What do we mean? Like what I'm saying is when he don't act like my brother. What do you mean when? How do somebody not act like your brother? Like it's situational. It's not something that you can just say. Like my sister, you know, and I'm gonna continue to use her because you know she's here and you know she don't mind getting in the conversation. When she have her moments, I give her grace. I give her grace when she have her moments because at the same time when I was having my moments, she gave me grace, and that's what you do as people. You know, if you fly off the handle, I'm gonna give you your time because I understand that we all human and we go through things. Now, disrespect is something different, but sometimes we go through things, and if something happened with your immediate family or this, that, or third, and you was moody or you was feeling some sort of way, this, that, or third, I'm gonna give you enough respect to understand you and know who you is and how you is, to know that that's not who you are. You must be going through something. Like we know Aunt Deborah. Oh, that's just Aunt Deborah being Aunt Deborah. When she had to cook out, Derek, remember that?
Yeah.
That's just Aunt Deborah being Aunt Deborah. She always like that. The bougie aunt that come in with the fake Versace. Like we know our family. But I know my sister, if she's off, because I got 50 years with her. I got 50 years with my sister.
Yeah.
So if she's off, I know to give her a moment. Like, hey, is everything all right? Now is my time to be empathetic. Are we giving grace and empathy the way that we give other people? Do we give that same empathy to, and that's my point. If I see my sister going through something, the first thing I'm gonna say is, that ain't her. Something going on. Is everything all right? Good?
No,
going
that part
on?
I get. Of course, when you know your family and you like your sisters, your brothers, it's just like you know
That, but that's
how
I'm
your
just
brothers and your brothers and your sisters is. So you got a
yeah.
little bit more tolerance for them. You know what I'm
So I'm,
saying?
I'm talking
And
about.
that's
I'm sorry.
go ahead.
No, I was going off of what Chanel said. My brother's my brother until my brother stop acting like my brother. What does that mean? My sister's gonna always be my sister because I don't expect her to do something that's gonna take us out of that brother sister thing. Like I don't expect for you, Myra, my cousin, to do certain things. Like I ain't gonna never do certain things or say certain things to you. So I'm not worried about that. So that's what I mean. Like what does that mean when my brother stopped acting like my brother?
Because you do
And
have
my
some family
sister
members
is,
that
but we talking about my brother. Like if my sister stopped acting like my sister, I'm gonna go to her and see what's going on with my sister because you're not being who you normally are. What's going on? Something ain't right. Something ain't right. Let me know what it is and we'll go through it together. Now that's a brother. We gonna walk these dogs together.
that is a brother. That is a
So
brother.
that's what I mean. That's what I mean by
You got some
like
that don't do that, that don't feel that way, that don't
if they
have that
if they
type of
don't reciprocate
that
it,
don't have that
if they
So
don't
for them it's just
reciprocate it,
like exactly.
if somebody don't reciprocate it, that has to be historical. There had to be something that happened and happened habitual. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it has to
Because
be a repeated type of thing.
yeah, it had to be something that happened. Then you're well within your rights. That's why I said I don't know what that means. Because if my sister wasn't acting like my sister, me as her brother is gonna go to my sister and say, "What's going on with you? This ain't you." It ain't gonna be to now you ain't my sister because you ain't acting the way that you supposed to be acting in my head. I mean, that's the extreme. They're gonna blow your head off. That's the extreme. I mean, that's not normal. I mean, so if somebody is coming to you about killing you, of course you're not supposed to show them grace. Like that's the extreme. But I'll go back to what I said. If my sister's not acting like my sister, instead of not talking to my sister, I'm going to go to her with empathy and grace and say, "Hey, you're not being yourself. What's going on? What are you going through?" I will be there for her instead of rejecting her. That's just how I
Yeah,
look at the situation.
but you got to have that type of relationship with your siblings. And like I said, some people don't, and a lot of people don't have good relationships with their family members.
I get
And
it.
it's
So
not okay, but it's okay because everybody have their boundaries, and there's certain boundaries that people just ain't gonna let other people cross. It doesn't matter whether
yeah,
you're a family or whether you're a friend. You're not crossing these boundaries. You're not about to come and fuck and get me aggravated and pissed off because that's the mood you in. Nah,
I get
stay
it.
your ass home.
I get it. I get it. But that's why I
Baby.
said that's why I said then it'll be ill to see you give the same grace that you should give your brother or your sisters or your family, the same grace to your boyfriend or your girlfriend or certain friends that do you dirty every day. And you just take them back and take them back and take them back and take them back. But you can't give the same grace to your family.
Not all of
I
them,
just think
nah.
that's interesting. No, I get it. I get it. And we and don't you do it. Shut your
Nah,
ass up.
because I can tell y'all a story about family and baby, but we not gonna do that.
No, we not. No, we not. We not. We not.
Yeah, we're not gonna do that. I'm not.
No.
I mean, some people, you have those people that are big on family. I'm not big on family. I'm just gonna. That's just what it is. I'm not big on them because I just know how the dynamics can be. So I ain't
I
big
get
on
it.
it. I'm happy with the family that I created and the family that I have, which are the majority of my friends and some drip drops of my other family. And I'm cool with that. And I'm happy like that.
I
I
get
don't
it.
need to know
You and your
everybody in
friends
my
wear
family.
those anyway.
I don't need to
I
have
always tell you that.
relationships with everybody in my.
I
It's
always
just
tell you
not
that. You and your
necessary.
friends is weirdos anyway. You heard me?
Well, listen, we'll be weirdos together. It's fine. That's what family is for. Hey Danielle. Danielle says I have some family I deal with and those I know to put at arm's length. Exactly.
That's the obvious. There's
Exactly.
friends. You can say
But
that. You can say that same. Hold up. You can say that same thing about your friends. Same thing. That's a blanket statement. That's why I said we like to throw out these blanket statements. And
Danielle says, but the family I have found and the close knit sisters I have that are not blood, we have shared blood.
what? What that mean?
That's right, Tanya. We are not weird.
We are not weird. And at that point, we're going to say goodnight. It is 1:11. I'm sleepy
Pinky
and I
just
still got work.
asked you was you napping?
He just
Pinky said fighting. She said she mean fighting tears. And all that in between. I mean, this is my last thing I'm gonna say about family. If you got family, y'all close, if you can mend your relationships with them, I don't knock that. If it's mendable. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna treat your family depending on what the situation is. If you can mend it. But everybody do not deserve grace. And everybody ain't getting it. I don't give a damn. And I could forgive you, but that forgiveness is not for that person. That's for me, so I could go on and move on about my life. Can I be in the same room with you and be cordial? Absolutely. Just stay the hell away from me. Period. Don't talk to me. I could say hi and let's just leave it at hi and let's keep it pushing. We ain't gotta have no conversations because we ain't cool like that. But I'm to enjoy the other people that I'm cool with.
I'm gonna fix it.
And that's just how it gotta be.
I'm gonna fix it.
And if you and as a family members, if you invite me somewhere and I choose to say I'm not coming, let's not press it because you already know I ain't coming. So let's just leave it be. I'll catch you at the next one.
I'm gonna fix my family.
So therefore,
yeah.
I can have the family that I love and that I cherish around me instead of fake ass people. That's just what it is. I ain't about to sit around people and be fake. Sorry. Not sorry.
I ain't messing with you. I ain't messing with you at all.
It's just
I'm gonna fix it.
And I'm sure a lot of people feel the same way. It's just is what it is.
On that note, Derek.
Yes, Derek. Since you didn't bring us in, bring us out.
And we thank y'all for watching. As the words of Rashawn would tell them what you tell them.
Let's get back to family.
It never rang truer than this.
For those who have,
because if we don't get back to family, the next girl you kiss may be your cousin. Good night.
Deuces.